for today. Sarawak has voiced its intention to work closely with Australia to draw a more sustainable economic footprint towards its goal of achieving a high-income state status by 2030. Now, Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said, through this collaboration, more opportunities can be realized as both Sarawak and Australia are rich in natural resources. Awang Tengah added that Sarawak aims to nurture a prosperous society where everyone can enjoy economic prosperity, social inclusion, and a sustainable environment based on data and innovation. During his work visit, Awang Tengah made a courtesy call to Australia's Minister of Finance, Aboriginal Affairs, Racing and Gaming, Citizenship and Multicultural Interests, Dr. Tony Butty, at the Australian Parliamentary Hall. Also present was Deputy Minister of International Trade and Investment, Dato' Dr. Malcolm Musen Lamoh, Director of Sarawak Economic Planning Unit, Dato' Abdullah Zaidel, and the Acting Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Investment Sarawak, Zulkarnain Masron. Sarawak Social Welfare Department has found 61 unregistered childcare centres or nurseries since the beginning of the year. According to the department's statistics, a total of 47 centres had been issued with warning notices, while 13 have ceased operations as of June 13. Welfare, Community Wellbeing, Women, Family and Childhood Development Minister Dato' Sri Fatimah Abdullah said one nursery in Cebu had been certified for registration and allowed to continue to operate. Out of the 13 centres that had closed down, she said 9 were in Kuching, 1 in Samarahan, 1 in Cebu, and 2 in Miri. She said the department had issued warning notices to 7 childcare operators in Kuching, 1 in Samarahan, 3 in Serike, 1 in Muka, as well as 10 in Bintulu, 23 in Miri, and 1 in Limbang, all that remained unregistered. Fatimah said all the centres need to comply with the safety requirements of the Fire and Rescue Department, Health Department, Social Welfare Department, as well as the local council. She added that there would be a periodic inspections by the various government departments and agencies, as well as spot checks or unannounced visits to the centres. It was recently reported that there were 1,028 privately run childcare centres in Malaysia that remain unregistered after being given warnings. Women, Family and Community Development Minister Dato' Sri Rina Harun said these centres were managed by the private sector and non-governmental organisations or NGOs. Sarawak will make an appeal to allow the diving event to be listed for the 20th Malaysian Games or SUKMA in Kuala Lumpur from September 16 to 24th. Sarawak Deputy Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, Dato' Gerald Rentap Jabu said, although the event had been recognized at the Olympic Games and other international tournaments, the organisers of the 20th SUKMA had taken the stand that they would only list it if 6 or more states participate.
They're asking for 6 ke? 6, at least 6 negeri menghantar tim baru akan diadakan satu pertandingan. I believe that we are, as much as we can, we are preparing lah. Kita buat persiapan yang agak final stages of it. Tinggal 85 hari lagi. So that is a short time to me lah. He spoke to reporters after officiating the pre-launch ceremony of the 2022 Sarawak Rakan Muda Comfort Room program on Thursday. At the same time, he said the Sarawak contingent was also waiting for the organisers to finalize the sports events and locations before making a more thorough preparations ahead of the Games.
Kita telah bersyarat dengan MSN, Majlis Sukan Negeri Sarawak dan juga daripada Sarawak Sports Corporation, dan kita sebenarnya banyak belum ada penentuan. Number one is venue. Banyak yang belum ditentukan. So I think it is a bit difficult for us also to have a proper strategic planning Tapi daripada 22 ke 23 sukan yang akan dipertandingkan, kita invest in terms of preparation. We're going through with the association apakah target, kerana banyak sukan macam as I mentioned tadi, macam angkat berat, hanya ada sekarang tinggal 5 saja. So the rest of it tak kategori dia.
The Malaysian Games, or SUKMA, had been postponed for the past 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and this 20th edition, which will finally be held from September 16th to 24th this year, is being hosted by Kuala Lumpur. Now, Sarawak is looking forward to the application of new findings by the Malaysian Agriculture Research and Development Institute, or MARDI, to produce fertilizer. The Modernisation of Agriculture and Regional Development Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom said, MARDI has developed an innovation of nitrohumic acid, or NHA, which is a liquid fertilizer formulation and coal-based soil conditioner. He explained that the kind of coal suitable for fertilizer can be found in Muka, adding that if the technology is developed seriously, it could have a huge impact in Sarawak, especially for farmers. Dr. Rundi said the government would try to get the State Farmers Organisation involved. However, he noted that the actual production of coal-based fertilizer would require at least a year or two. In this regard, he said his ministry is trying to move as fast as possible to produce it from coal and biomass within the next few years. When asked on whether a fertilizer factory may be set up in Muka, Rundi said it is quite likely. Welcome back to News at 5. Now, police have arrested a total of 391 people and seized various types of drugs believed to be valued at 122,310 ringgit in a statewide anti-drug operation dubbed as Ops Tapis Khas. Sarawak Police Commissioner Datuk Muhammad Azman Ahmad Sapri said the suspects comprise 369 men and 22 women, aged between 16 and 64 years old, and of the total amount, 283 of them tested positive in a drug test. According to him, the highest drug seizure was recorded in Cebu, which was worth 91,048 ringgit, followed by Kuching with 8,490 ringgit and Kapit with 5,955 ringgit. The three-day operation, which began on June 21st, also saw the team confiscating drugs, including 337.2 grams of shabu, 13 grams of cannabis, 3.9 grams of ketamine, as well as 1.611 kilograms of packet of juice laced with ketamine or methamphetamine, 500 ecstasy pills, and 315 grams of Aramin 5 pills. He said the suspects were arrested from 30 suspected drug dens, 12 residential areas, 2 private farms or plantations, and other various premises and locations throughout the state. From January 1st to June 23rd this year, Sarawak NCID have recorded a total of 4,410 arrests, seized various types of drugs worth 8,755,508 ringgit, and confiscated properties worth 1,576,863 ringgit. Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department JBPM Zone 4 Sarawak received a total of 213 fire emergency calls between January 1st to June 21st this year. The number saw a decrease of 12% from 271 calls received by 12 stations under Zone 4 compared to the same period in 2021. Head of JBPM Zone 4 Sarawak, Senior Officer Wan Jangan Muling, said the decrease in the number of emergency calls is due to the reduction of open burning and bushfires.
Untuk makluman, daripada 213 panggilan itu, Balai Buma Sibu mencatatkan jumlah tertinggi panggilan kecemasan kebakaran iaitu melibatkan sebanyak 69 panggilan, diikuti Balai Buma Sungai Merah 38, Sarike 28, Mukah 21, Balai Buma Sibu Jaya dan Bintanggo masing-masing 11, Balai Buma Daro 10, Balai Buma Kapit dan Tanjung Manis 8, Balai Buma Selangau 6, Song 2 dan Balai Buma Kenawit hanya melibatkan satu kecemasan.
Jangan pointed out that based on the emergency call statistics involving structural fire, BBP Sungai Merah recorded the highest calls with 10 cases, followed by BBP Sibu with 9 cases, BBP Sarike with 5 cases, and the rest of the fire stations in the zone recorded less than 5 emergency calls.
Daripada siasatan yang kita buat, kebanyakan punca kebakaran struktur melibatkan rumah kediaman di kawasan Zon 4 adalah diklasifikasikan sebagai kemalangan, iaitu yang melibatkan dapur, lintas pintas dan lain-lain kebakaran. Dan juga selain daripada kemalangan tadi melibatkan juga kecuaian. So, saya ingin menasihatkan agar orang ramai lebih waspada atau lebih proaktif mengamalkan sifat mencegah kebakaran daripada menanggung kerugian yang disebabkan oleh kebakaran.
Jangan reported that the incident of structural or residential fire has claimed the lives of 3 people and left 2 injured this year. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally. Just a click away by heading on to our website at www.tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. I'm Hari Zardin. It's been a pleasure.